Hello François.
Hello Non. Hello everyone, nice to meet you. I'm very happy to be here with you today. I work in the digital department at BOUYGUES TELECOM. I am the lead for open innovation and my role is to identify and develop technological enablers that allow us to either create new customer experiences, open up new distribution channels for our products, or improve the effectiveness and efficiency of our teams within the digital department.
Great. I already introduced you a bit earlier with the use case, but maybe you could remind everyone what the objective and the challenges of this project were?
Yes, you gave quite a teaser earlier, but basically the objective, the challenge we had was to offer and develop a solution to help our prospects and clients 24/7 and across all the Hapos offers and products we have, whether it's for sales on the website or on the app, or currently we don't have any support solution at night or on weekends. We also don't have support for certain ranges of offers on our sites. So the challenge was to develop solutions that address these issues. And the related challenge was also to be able to innovate, to position BOUYGUES Telecom as an innovative player in the field of generative AI and more specifically agentic AI. And the bet paid off because I am very, very proud to share this. Last September, we became one of the first, if not the very first, operators in Europe at least, to offer our customers a sales assistant powered by agentic AI, and in particular, Google solutions. That's why we issued a joint press release with Google Cloud last September. A little more detail about the use case we implemented. We first addressed the customer journeys on our website. For this first phase of assistance, we targeted the mobile offers journey. Mobile offers are very complex to understand because they involve a combination of the phone, the plan, and the financing method. And for each of these topics, there are questions that arise, and there are combinations that are possible or not. There are selection criteria, and we took this as a use case that needed to be addressed and for which we had to provide a solution to our customers. The target we aimed for with the first sales assistant was prospective customers. It was easier to implement for a variety of reasons. We were taking an approach focused on customer acquisition without needing to be connected to a BOUYGUES Telecom account. The idea was to respond to all prospects, all visitors, without requiring them to already have a BOUYGUES Telecom account.
And you mentioned earlier that you issued a press release last September with Google, specifically to talk about this use case. You mentioned Google's conversational agent solution. Why did you choose this solution?
There are two reasons for that. The first reason, as Justine mentioned earlier, she talked about the increasingly important role of product owners with the advent of generative AI, agentic AI. That's one of the reasons. Personally, I've been convinced for several years now that low-code solutions, especially those that are at least partially accessible to business teams, are truly a way to move quickly and experiment with new things. And the Google solution we used, Agent Builder, is a low-code solution that allows business teams to be genuinely involved and take an active role in the development, testing, and implementation of these agentic solutions. So that was one of the main reasons. The second reason is that when the first versions of Agent Builder from Google were released, which goes back to late 2023 when we met, the solution was quite promising. And the Gemini model was very high performing. It really impressed us, and we thought there's definitely something we can do with this. Why? Because it was something that allowed us to create chatbots in a way we never could before, without any decision trees. There are no static trees in these agents. the interaction with the user, supports all kinds of digressions. It's very easy to switch from one topic to another, or while still maintaining a certain, what you might call assertiveness. That is to say, this agent's mission is that of a salesperson. And so, beyond just answering questions or helping compare and choose a phone or a plan, the agent's mission is to actually encourage the user to add something to the cart and to collect all the necessary information to put the items in the cart. And this behavior, we managed to transpose it into a prompt within the Vertex agent builder. And it was the first tests we conducted showed us that there was really something relevant to be done. Those are the main reasons for making this agent a true salesperson, or almost.
And as you mentioned, we've now been working together for over a year. Can you also share the keys to the success of this project and how you collaborated with the Artefact teams on it?
Our collaboration is really the result of the open innovation approach we've adopted. Open innovation means choosing the right technological enablers, but it also means selecting the right partners, those who have the expertise and know how to move quickly. And in this case, that's exactly what made the difference in the collaboration we had, where we worked together with you, Hanan, and your teams on POC phases at two different times. First, at the beginning of 2024, to develop the sales assistant agent itself, and then at the beginning of 2025 on another stream focused on scoring tools and analyzing the quality of conversations resulting from interactions between customers and sales assistants. And on these two fronts, you really supported us. You acted as a catalyst to help us move quickly with handling the data, building the agents, the sales agent, and then the scoring agent at the start of this year. That's these first two phases are then followed on our side by a very close collaboration with Google as well. Beyond the technological solution, we collaborated, I would say, almost every day with Google's experts and engineering teams in a test and learn approach, because the solution was very new. We were testing preview versions that required the in-depth knowledge of Google's experts, who themselves were sometimes also discovering certain aspects of how their solution behaved. So it was very collaborative, very constructive, with a lot of test and learn. And then we moved on to a final industrialization phase, where together with the IT teams at BOUYGUES Telecom this time, we worked to industrialize and turn it into what we call an MVP. We have several stages of MVP, but the expertise and the industrialization of deploying these solutions were then taken over by the internal teams to ensure full control of the solution. Here's a little, well, this will be the most technical slide, but I won't go any further, just to concretely present what this solution is. We have used almost exclusively Google Cloud solutions, various services, mainly conversational agent. We also made good use of the Dialogflow Messenger interface, which is part of this Google solution and serves as the front end, the interface you saw earlier, and that we'll see again. It has quite a few advantages, mainly that it allows for a fully integrated service. We have both the client front end, the back end with LLM processing, and all the execution, the handling of data behind the scenes. All of that runs on GCP with Google services and also interfaces with third-party platforms for analytics. We use Piano Analytics, which is somewhat equivalent to, there is a Google equivalent, but we don't use it. And then there's an open source solution called Infuse for conversation scoring. It's one of the most popular frameworks on this topic. And all of this integrates well with the other Google components. So it's a set of services that, yes, regarding the data, to tell you there's an important point, it's to ensure that the behavior and quality of the data are good and to minimize hallucinations as much as possible in this kind of service, because it's true that there are major challenges in not saying just anything, in providing prices that are actually correct. We're under close scrutiny on this, and to limit all these forms of hallucinations, one of the key ingredients in the recipe is really to use APIs as much as possible that provide qualified data on the products, on product availability. So this also challenges the company, and BOUYGUES TELECOM in particular, regarding the quality of its data accessible via API, so that the answers given to customers are accurate. So we're going to watch a demo right now. It lasts 3 minutes, and I'll let you watch it with a few points to pay attention to. So what's happening, what you see on the website here is a chat window, which is the sales assistant appearing on the right. You can ask it either to guide you through a complete plan and phone journey, or just for a phone only, or just for a plan. You ask it, or rather, it will suggest some criteria for comparing and choosing a phone. You tell it, for example, the brand you're interested in here, it's an iPhone, and it suggests certain models. You can then provide more details about your comparison criteria. Is it the photo quality that matters to you, or is it the screen size that suits you? So searching is made very easy. So the searches and comparisons are based on multiple criteria. And right now, we have nothing equivalent to help our customers. This sales assistant really does the job well. When you're interested in a model, you can, well, ask for more details about the price. So the price, in this case, is a bit small to see, but the model offered was almost the most expensive one in the Apple lineup. So, which was, and here you tell them, my budget is only 800 euros. So they will suggest models that fit your budget. Once you've chosen the phone, you then have to select the color, which needs to be picked, as well as the size and memory capacity. So the assistant will come back to you on their own to ask for these details, because they need all this information to give you a price quote and a complete offer. When you have chosen a model, this is also an innovative aspect of what we've done. There is an interaction with the website, and you are automatically redirected to the product page of the item you selected. And the black color or the memory capacity were also pre-selected. There is a shared context between the knowledge, the exchange you had in the chat window, and what is displayed on the website. All of this is synchronized to ensure consistency. Once you have chosen the phone, you can select the plan and the financing options. There are several financing options depending on the plans and the phones. So all of this can be a bit complicated, and each time there is another synchronization between your choices. Get what you express as preferences in the chat window and the pre-selections on the website. So it's a standard process that you can go through either on the website or in store. These are the same steps that a salesperson would follow when interacting with you. And once everything has been collected, the assistant will first redirect you to an accessories page in case you want to add one to your cart. If that's not the case, at the end, it will take you to the cart summary with all the items you have selected. Currently, our assistant stops there in terms of guidance, but we have plans to take it further. And that's how the assistant currently appears on the website. And the experience on mobile is a little different in the sense that the chat window is the only way you interact. And in the future, we really envision that the interaction on mobile will be entirely through a chat assistant. This could become another way to sell and distribute our products. So to sum up the keys to success, I'll share what we've experienced over the past year and what we've put into service. It's Google's product, Conversation Legend, which allows us to work and test things very quickly, since it also lets us present a front-end interface to the client, which is quite interesting. This tool allows us to work with a small team. We worked as a team of 4, 2 people with more of an IT background and 2 others with more business-oriented profiles. And we also made extensive use of AI, specifically Gemini, to create the agent. So when it came to the format and structuring of the agent's instructions, we relied heavily on Gemini to actually write its own instructions based on the requirements we had. And it works quite well because Gemini, well, I'd say it understands better than anyone else what it has generated itself. And finally, the last point to remember is that with this kind of tool platform, you can create very rich interactions, both in terms of the form and the format of the elements displayed in the chat window, as well as in the way instructions are structured to guide users through an entire sales journey, which is quite effective. There you go.
Thank you very much, François, and thanks to everyone.
Thank you.